Hello students, in this part we are going to learn about the permanent tissue. Permanent tissue, as the name goes, they are permanent and do not divide. Neither they change their structure. Meristematic tissue keeps on dividing and gives rise to permanent cells. These permanent cells take up a specific role and lose the ability to divide. Now remember, meristematic cells had small vacuole or no vacuoles, but the permanent cells have vacuole and it is possible that they take up 95% of the total cell volume. Today, we are going to learn about the permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are of two types, simple and complex. Simple tissues are further divided into protective and supporting tissues. Supporting tissues are of three types, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Complex tissues are also called as conducting or the vascular tissue, which is divided into xylem and phloem. Today we are going to learn about the supporting and the conducting tissues only, because protective tissue we have already learned in the previous lecture. Now let's simplify these names so that they become easy to learn. Parenchyma tissue is made up of parenchyma cells, and these parenchyma cells they form the ground tissue or the filling tissue. That means these cells, they are the most abundant cells of the plant, which is found everywhere inside the plant's body. These cells are thin walled and made up of cellulose. Parenchyma cells, they are oval or polygonal and they have a prominent nucleus with a large vacuole. If you look at this picture, in between the cells there are spaces. These spaces between the cells is called as the intercellular spaces. So parenchymatous tissue has presence of the intercellular spaces. Now there are some hybrid varieties of the parenchyma cells. These hybrid variety can be called as the modifications of the parenchymatous cells. So if we modify the parenchymatous cells, the first modification, if we are going to add a chloroplast, addition of chloroplast will not only give a nice green color to the parenchyma cells, it will also help them to perform a specific function which is called as photosynthesis. So if any parenchymatous cells can perform photosynthesis because of the chloroplast, such modified parenchymatous cells is called as chlorenchyma. The second modification is that if the parenchymatous cells, they have lots and lots of air spaces. So if there is presence of air spaces between the parenchymatous cells, what will they do? They will help the plant to float on the surface of water. Such parenchymatous cells which has presence of air spaces between them are called as arenchyma. And what does arenchyma do? Arenchyma helps the plant to float on the surface of water. Now let's look at some of the functions of the parenchyma cells. The first yummy function of the parenchyma cell is a storage, right? These parenchymatous cells, they store food and they are present in the fruits, right? The second function of the parenchymatous cell is that if the cell has presence of chloroplast, it will be called as chlorenchyma, and these chlorenchymatous cells, they perform a process which is called as photosynthesis. Chlorenchyma is present in all the green parts of the plant. Third one, parenchyma cells like arenchyma helps the plant to float on the surface of water. So these are the three basic functions of parenchyma cells. First, temporary storage. Second one, it helps in photosynthesis. And third function, it helps the plant to float on the surface of water. Now where are they found? These parenchyma, they are present in the leaves of the succulent. These plants, they store water, right? So in the leaves of succulent also parenchyma cells are present. Next, they are present as food storing parenchyma in the bulbs, fruits and the seeds. Third location is is like a chlorenchyma in all the green parts of the plant, and the fourth location is as an arenchyma in the aquatic plant, right? So these are the four locations of the parenchyma cells. Now the next tissue that we are going to learn is collenchyma. Collenchyma is much similar to parenchyma. The major difference between parenchyma and collenchyma is that collenchyma cells, they are irregularly thick walled, and that too at the corners. Parenchyma cells are also oval. Collenchyma is also oval. Parenchyma cells, they have thin walls. Collenchyma, they have thick wall, but the thickness is towards the corners. So because of the thickness at the corner, the intercellular spaces are lost, and these cells are also the living cells. Collenchyma cells are located in the petiole. Petiole means the stalk of the leaf, the tiny stalk which attaches the leaf to the stem. So this is called as the petiole. The second location is the stem of the plant, and the third location is the leaf. Now, what is its function? The first function is to provide the plant with the mechanical support, and it also helps in the flexibility. Have you seen the raw fruits or the leaves? They flutter in the wind. Why don't they fall down? They flutter because of the flexibility of the stem, and this flexibility is provided by the collenchyma tissue. Right, so we have one thing common. They also helps in photosynthesis. We have one thing really common between parenchyma and collenchyma, that means they both are the living cell. Right, now we are going to learn about a dead cell which is called as the sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma cells, they are dead at maturity. They have thick tough walls embedded with a substance called lignin, which makes it super tough and super strong. Sclerenchyma is the major function of sclerenchyma is to provide mechanical strength. Right, the big trees, the plants, they are able to stand erect because of presence of sclerenchyma. They helps the manufacture of ropes, and they give strength to the pulp of pear. Right, the pulp of the fruit, they have some strength, and this is because of the sclerenchyma present in them. Now, where else it is found? What is the location of the sclerenchyma tissues? They are located in all the hard parts of the plant that you can think of, like the seed coat. They are also present in the stem, root, veins of leaves and nuts. They are also present as complex tissues in xylem and phloem. The next major type that you come across is a complex tissue. Actually, there is nothing complex about these tissues. They are just a combinations of two or more types of cells, and they are xylem and phloem. Xylem is actually a plumbing system of the plant. Yes, you are right, a plumbing system of the plant. It consists of thick bundle of pipes running down the main axis of the stem and roots. They are the set of pipes through which the water in the plant flows. It is a nice combination of four different types of the cells: xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. The first one is xylem tracheids. Xylem tracheids, they are non-living, elongated with the pointed ends. Xylem vessels are thick, non-living, long tubular cells. Xylem fibers are thick-walled sclerenchymatous cells. Wherever sclerenchyma term comes in, that means it is there for support. The fourth cell is xylem parenchyma. They are the only living cells with the storage functions. Out of these four cells, only xylem parenchyma is living, rest three of them are dead. Phloem. You might have guessed this. Yes, it transports food. It carries dissolved food particles throughout the plant. And how does the phloem look? It is a big mashup of four different types of cells. The first one is a sieve element. Sieve elements, they are also called as a sieve tubes. They are cylindrical, living, and the end walls are perforated like this. Presence of perforation in the phloem in the form of sieve plate help in effective transportation of the dissolved food throughout the plant. The second category is the companion cells. They are the living cells which help the sieve tubes in its function. Sieve elements or sieve tubes and the companion cells, they are buddies. They both help each other for their function. Phloem fibers, they are the dead cells for support as they are made up of sclerenchyma fibers. Fourth one is phloem parenchyma. These are the living cells for storing food. Like in xylem, we have learned that there was only one cell which was living and remaining three were dead. In the same way, in phloem we have something different. In phloem we have only one cell which is dead, and that is phloem fiber. Rest three of them are living cells. So these were the two different types of complex tissues. What is the basic difference between xylem and phloem? Xylem helps in transportation of water and minerals, and phloem helps in transportation of dissolved food. In xylem, the flow of water is unidirectional, that is from root to the tips of the plant or the branches or the leaves, and in phloem the movement of the dissolved food can be bidirectional, that means upside also and downwards also. So that was all for complex tissues.